Alright, hello everyone, this is Teamrocketdraws with another Pokemon tutorial, and this time we're gonna draw a Zygarde. I'm sorry if I pronounced it right, but yeah, so as you guys can see on screen, this is how he ends up looking like. So if you guys would like to learn how to draw him, I guess we could get started. I'm also gonna put up a reference right now on screen, that way you guys can know what we're doing during the video, and at the same time you guys could get all your details, you know. And just keep in mind that he's not gonna end up looking like the reference 100%, since this is a tutorial and everything. But as you guys saw in the previous picture, we do get pretty close. So first of all, we're just gonna do like a sketch. So what you guys could do is just do this line right here, and we're gonna start off by doing a circle. So that's gonna be basically the length of his head, I guess. And then as you guys see right there, I'm using just a spare piece of paper. I folded it in half just so I could get half of that line. And once I get the middle, I basically do another line going across the same length as the one going down. And the reason I do that instead of just doing the circle, it just makes it that more accurate, because if you do a freehand circle and it's not like perfect, it'll be harder for you guys to follow my drawing or my steps. So this is what I end up doing just to make it a little bit easier on you guys. And then just what you guys could do is just do it like an X, you know, on the corners, the same thing. But instead of doing a line, I just mark off a point. And this will basically give us like an outline of a circle, so you guys could just connect the dots, you know, and it'll give you a fairly perfect circle, you know. So this is gonna be like part of the head and like the torso area. So try to make this this circle big enough for, or how should I say, do it big, you know, if you want a big drawing. I did it a fairly good size, so I'm happy with it. So as you can see, it's not perfect, but it's the best way to get to do it, you know. So now once we have this circle, we're gonna do these lines, and one starts off right in the middle right there, and just try to follow these lines as I have them right here on screen. And basically what these are, they're gonna be the little, what are those called, like the things that he has on the back. I honestly don't know what that is. It's like a hood, I guess. And right here I'm just pointing out that they're basically the length of the circle, or the one going straight up it, at least this. That's the one that should be the length of the whole circle, you know, but the rest are a little bit smaller. They're not the same size. And just try to get them right on the same areas as I have them right here, just to make it a little bit more accurate, because if you guys have them off by a little bit, it might give you a harder time doing it. So then right here on the left side of the bottom right here, we're just gonna do this line like that, and that's gonna be like the stomach area. And then right here on the right side of the circle, right where the line is, we're just gonna follow through like this. I know this doesn't look like Zygarde, guys, but just trust me. Right now we're just gonna do like a rough sketch, and then once we have our basic shape, and then right here I just do a line going across the bottom of the circle, across the paper, and that's just to help us do the body, you know, because he does loop in the middle, like the loop is up, so that's just gonna help us know how far to go, you know. And then this is basically the tail, which doesn't end up in the right spot. I do change that later. Like I said, just keep in mind that this is a rough sketch first, and then once we start adding all the details, we'll make any changes, you know. This is just a guideline. We're not gonna follow it 100%, but the better that you guys make it, the easier it'll be, you know. If you guys make it good enough, you won't have to make any changes later on. I actually do on the tail, I don't make it right, I actually make it longer than I should have. But like I said, this is still a rough sketch. So as long as you guys have this shape right here, then the rest is just gonna be easier, you know. We're just gonna be adding all the details. So pause the video right here, guys, and try to copy this as close as you can. Like I said, I end up making the tail a little bit longer, so I don't know if you guys want to go ahead and skip the video a little bit, just so you guys could you know what, just do it like this, guys. We'll do it together, you know. But like I said, I make it too long. I don't think you guys are gonna make it the same as me, so I guess you guys don't have to worry about that. So sorry about that. So now that we have that, we're gonna do a circle right here, and just try to make it the same size and on the same spot. There we go, around there. That's just gonna be the nose. I wasn't planning to do a circle, but in the end I just went for it, you know. So now from that circle we're gonna do a line like this going inside the other part of that circle, and then it goes this way like that. It kind of makes this triangle shape almost, and that's just gonna help us with the head, you know. That's where the head is. So now we just have to connect the body, the torso. It curves around there, and it connects really close to that middle line going down like this. So then the right side actually goes a little bit higher. I started off in the middle of the circle, but it doesn't. It should be a little bit higher than that. So now we have that, and right here I think I started erasing it, but I remember that we're gonna need that, so don't erase that just yet. So just keep in mind not to press that hard, since we are gonna be doing a lot of erasing. Yeah, just don't press that hard. And right here, pay close attention to the reference, just to get that shape that he has on the nose. As you guys can see on the reference, it's not a circle. And then right here I just started doing part of the nose, which is probably one of the hardest part about doing him, like this. And then right here I started doing what I think it's the eye, and I honestly don't know that name of the shape, I forgot, but it has 6 sides, hexagon I guess. So that once you have the main one, you guys could just keep placing the rest, you know. So just try to keep them within that triangle shape that we did earlier. So he does have 3. That's gonna be the one in the middle, and now we're gonna use the corners of the other one. It might take you guys a couple tries to make these, because they are a little bit I don't know, I guess they're hard because they're just repetitive. So if you guys don't do them right, they're not gonna match up right. And just remember to do them the same size, you know, or at least try to. It doesn't have to be the same size, but it'll be better if you guys do them as close as you can, you know. That way it won't look that off. Do this one right here, and we basically have the left of his face. So now that we have that, we're gonna do the little, what is that, like it kind of looks like an M shape at the top, like right in the forehead. So that's one right there, and it goes a little bit further than the circle that we did at the beginning. And then I do the middle line, which meets up right in the middle of the nose, and it curves a little bit. It's not a straight line. And then I do the one on the other side. It's really thin, and it was giving me a hard time since I am using a pencil, and that's just a small gap, so you guys might not be able to see it. So now I'll start doing the left side, or the right side I mean, of his face, and I'm trying to make it the same as the right side. Right here's the top, is like the M shape that I was talking about earlier, like this. And just try to make them both similar, you know, the black thing that he has in the face, like in the middle of the face. Both sides should be almost the same. So now right here I'm just fixing the nose, trying to get the right shape. That circle was just to help us know how big to make it. So we basically have our face now. So now that we have that, I start doing, I believe, the little, what is this? I guess just small details right there on the face still. Or I mean, I'm finishing the face, so this is the black part. And once again, use that triangle shape that we did earlier, just to get a better idea of where to go about doing all these, you know. That's why we made it, just to help us get on the right spot. So just try to follow yours, and if it's not looking right, you guys can make any changes. Like I said, the lines that we did at the beginning were just like guidelines, so you guys don't have to follow those 100%. But if you got them right, like I did right here, then it should match up close enough, you know. So there we go, we got our face. Alright, so I don't know if I start doing the, what are those, like hands, whiskers? I'm gonna call them whiskers, alright? The ones that he has on the torso instead of hands. I know he's a snake, but I honestly don't know what to call those. I know they're like, I don't know, they're like scales. Alright, so he has one right here in the face that you really can't see, and it goes out on the other side of the face, and I forget that till like once I started doing the actual drawing. I added that in, but I forgot that. I don't know if you guys want to add it in. And in this one right here, as you guys can see, it doesn't go further than the circle, than that line for the that we did. So, you know, it's a good guideline right there to know how long to make that one. And then try to space them out evenly, as I pointed out right there. This one's a lot smaller, so try to pay close attention to the reference more than you are to my drawing. I'm just giving you guys like a guideline, you know, but try to get all your details off the reference, since that's what we're trying to do. So now around there, like right across the last one that we did, we're gonna do one of the scales right here, and it's gonna be probably one of the hardest parts. And then start on one side, go to the other one, just so you guys could get it on the right spot, and then just follow through, and then they should end up meeting right in the middle, you know, perfect. And if they don't meet up perfect in the middle, just make any small changes just so they could add up right, you know. Maybe you guys did one too small, so maybe you guys could extend one a little bit. It doesn't have to be the same as the reference, but there we go. It's close enough on mine, so I'll leave it like that. So now I just do the left side. So these shapes right here, I don't know, honestly don't think it's a hexagon, but there's a lot of them, so just try to get the hang of doing that shape, you know. Because if you guys notice, all those shapes are, I guess they're scales. Since he is a snake and everything, they're all the same size, like all throughout the body. They're all like the same size, so just try to keep that in mind while you guys are doing them. Try to make them all the same size. So I do these right here, and it doesn't end up it doesn't meet up right, so I do end up changing that. I actually make it too much to the left, so I actually extend a little bit more to the right. I'm not sure if I do it right now or later on, but I do end up making that one a little bit further to the right. And now I believe right here I'm start doing the hands. I'm gonna call them hands. The hands right here. And once again, I'm trying to follow. I'm looking at the reference, looking at all the lines that it makes, where it curves, how long they are, and everything. So just try to make them the same. Like I guess these are a little bit bigger than the ones on the other side, but they're pretty similar, you know. This one starts around there. So this one like points almost to the body a little bit. It gets pretty close to the tail. There we go. And just try to make them the same thickness, you know, all three of them. And this is the smallest one. Try to space it evenly. And it should end up around there, right where the other is, the other side. So now right here I started doing the, what are those? I honestly don't know what to call those. And I start by doing the tip. So right at the tip of that line, we're gonna do like this house shape, and then around here, that's where it should end up at the bottom. So like this. And it actually took me a couple tries to get them all right. So like I said, just try to make it as close as you can to the reference. But later on, once you start adding all the rest, it's gonna be noticeable that they're not gonna either match up or that they're not the same size, you know. So once you do more, you guys are gonna notice. And once you got most of them there, you guys could do any changes just to make them look a little bit better, you know. So as you can see, this one, the gap in between both of them is way bigger than the one on the reference. So I do change that later on. Like I said before, I try to make it a little bit closer. I don't know, yeah, I do it right now. So I make this one a little bit more bigger. As you guys can see, I extend it a little bit more. So you guys don't have to do that unless you guys have the same problem, or you guys don't even have to do that, you know. If you guys don't, if that's unnecessary, then you guys don't have to do it. But I try to get as close as I can to the reference, so that's why I have to make those changes, you know. So I try to make that one a little bit closer to that one, and then I changed that one. So like I said, it might take you guys a couple tries to maybe do something, but just keep going, you know. That way your drawing will be a little bit more accurate to the reference once we're done. But now, as you guys can see, we're starting to see Zygarde and not those, not the circle and a bunch of lines. So the same thing on this side. This is like little house shape, and then it ends around there. So while I was doing these, I was paying close attention to the gaps in between them, trying to get the same gap and everything. That I didn't really pay attention to how thick each one was, which thank God I did them right. I didn't make one too big compared to the other one, so I was happy with it. So right here I was paying closer attention to the gaps, you know. It ends around there, so that's why I do the bottom, and then I just connect it, and now we just have one left. So I think this is gonna be one of the hardest part, other than the face. Just try to get these on the right spots, you know. I knew it was gonna, and then it starts around there, so that's where I started off, and then just connect them, you know, and it basically gives us the shape. There we go. Starting to look like Zygarde now, and then you see the line that we did in the middle. That's just gonna help us do the details that he has on those things. So basically do like another house shape right in the middle, and then finish it off on the right and the left side by doing those. I'm pretty sure they're not hexagons, or maybe they are. I honestly don't know, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it has like one in each side, you know. And once again, and just try to make them, place them on the right spot. So once again, do the house shape, and then just do the shapes on the right and left side, and actually figure out a better way to do them in a little bit. Where, yeah, right here. So I do one line, and then I do a similar line on the other side, and then I just make like arrow shapes at the top and at the bottom, and it just makes it a little bit more easier. I think I do it right now. So the house shape, and I do a line on the left and on the right side. Do I do it? Yeah. So one line there, one line there. And now that we have those lines, we could just do like arrow shapes pointing up and pointing down, and it'll give us those shapes, you know. It makes it might be a little bit easier. There we go. And now once again, like I said, these shapes are really repetitive, and then just try to make them the same size. I know mine are not the same size, but like I said, this is just a rough sketch. I do end up fixing those later on once I do the final drawing. But the better that you guys make them now, the easier it'll be once you do your final drawing. So once again, this house shape, a line on each side, and then just do like arrows pointing down. There we go. It meets up like right in the middle. There we go. So as you guys can see, starting to look like them. So just pay close attention, you know, those shapes that he has right there that we just did. They're higher, they're closer to the top than they are to the bottom. They're not in the middle. So just try to place them in the right spot. Like I said, it might take you guys a couple tries. Honestly, I could have done a better job, but I want to leave it like that. That way it wouldn't make the video that long, but they're good enough for now, you know. It's just a sketch, like I said. And then right here, I'm just fixing this right here. If it doesn't look right on your drawing, you know, change it. Like I said, the lines that we did earlier were just like a guideline for us. Actually, I don't think I do it the same, but it still looks alright. So right here, I'm just doing the green part. Got the hiccups. So this is where I do like the back. It has like the black area. And I was getting kind of confused right here because you really can't see those lines on the reference. There we go. And then he has more of those patterns here. And once again, try to make them the same size as the rest. And this is what the thing that gets me, guys. Like, I don't know if you guys seen my other videos. Like, I can't do the same shape twice. So this was really challenging for me, trying to get all those shapes the same size. But I think it came out alright in the end, you know. It just takes a while to get it right, but once you have it right, then it's all good. So right there, that's how I was doing it. And as you can see on the reference, it's really close to that middle hand that he has. So I try to keep it the same as the reference. And then it has two patterns right here once again. And actually these look a little bit different than the rest, but it's basically the same thing. So this is where I noticed that it doesn't end up right there on the tail. It doesn't look right, so I do end up changing it. You see right here? Right here I'm just paying close attention to the reference to see how it looks. And as you guys can see, I didn't do it right, but it's good enough, you know. We're really close, and those lines were just there to help us do it on the right area, you know. Sometimes it might take you a couple tries. There's the same thing as we did before, and the reason I do that line is just to help us do these right here, like the tail. And once again, they're like, it ends up at the top like the shape of a house. And these are basically the same thickness as the hands. Like if you look, you guys compare them, they're like the same thickness. So just try to keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be exact, but you know, it's something that you guys could look at while you guys are doing it, you know. I don't think I did it the same. I believe I do go back once I do the actual drawing. I change those a little bit better. I make them a little bit better. But right here I'm just erasing all those reference lines. We don't need them no more. And what do I start doing? I guess I finished the other side of the face. I forgot about the eyes. Like, I honestly didn't see that. So I add them right now. And then right here the body. There we go. And that the circle that we did at the beginning disappeared. As you can see, it completely disappeared. So now right here I'm just adding the details on the tail. And now that you have your full drawing, guys, this is the time where you guys go over your drawing and make any changes, you know. Maybe the things at the top that he has didn't end up right. Like maybe, like I said, the gaps aren't like the same as the reference. Then now's the best time to change it, now that you have most of them done, you know. It's easier to make any changes now because now you could compare them, you know. So like, go over your drawing, maybe you guys could fix some lines. And yeah, so now that this is what I end up doing, once I have my drawing, my sketch, I end up erasing the whole paper with my eraser, a really big eraser that I have, and I just erase the whole drawing. And I can still see some of those lines. So this is when I start paying close attention to the reference, and then just try to draw as best as I can, you know. Try to keep it clean and everything. What a lot of people like doing instead of erasing it is that they ink it with the Sharpie or with the pen, and then they make any changes there, you know. But I like keeping mine in pencil, so I ended up doing it in pencil. And this is how he ended up looking like. I really like how he looks. As you see, I made a couple changes on the tail, maybe on the scales. I fixed, I think, the face a little bit, and I did end up coloring it. As you guys can see right here, I used Personal Premier color markers. I had the right colors, although it still looks pretty good in just in pencil, but I decided to color it just because I had the right colors. You know, I use like I said, Prisma Premier color markers, and I don't always use them just because I don't have a lot of colors. So you know, it's not the same greens, but it's pretty close to it, you know. So I decided just to go with it. And yeah, I think it came out pretty good in the end. If you guys haven't seen my other videos, my last video was Mega Rayquaza. I'll leave a link at the end of this video. I also colored that one, and I like how it came out, so you guys could check that one out. And then yeah, overall I think it came out pretty good. So yeah, so just go over your drawing, guys, and make any changes. You know, look at the reference, that's why I put it up there. Make any small changes and everything. And if you guys got this far, please leave a like. Let me know if you guys drew them or attempted to draw them. I would like to know that, you know, because I might get a lot of views, but not a lot of people will actually attempt to draw it. So let me know in the comment section if you guys did. Please leave a like, guys, that really helps me out. And if you guys haven't seen my other videos on how to draw Pokemon, make sure to check my channel out. I have over, I think, 80 videos, I think over 90 videos now. So I have over 90 tutorials, so make sure to check those out and subscribe for more Pokemon tutorials. And leave a comment, give me any feedback. If you guys would like me to draw a Pokemon, let me know in the comment section. I already have a list, so it might take a while for me to do your request, but you know, who knows, maybe the one that you request is already on my list, so it might be pretty soon. So make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for more other videos. And I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Team Rocket Draws out.